So, electromagnetic induction. So, ito ang reason. The reason electricity exists without needing billions of batteries. So, kung walang discovery ng electromagnetic induction, wala tayong power plants, walang charging, walang electric panel. So, intended learning outcomes at the end of this module or this chapter, it is expected that the students will be able to apply Faraday's law to calculate induced EMF in simple electrical machine and coil configuration. So you will be able to differentiate between Fleming's right-hand rule and left-hand rule based on generator and motor action. So define and explain inductance in terms of flux linkage and current. Explain the principle of electromagnetic torque production in current carrying conductors placed in magnetic field. So itong electromagnetic induction, ito lang yung next step no topic natin nung Monday na magnets and magnetism. So ito na yung parang next step. Ito na yung mismong foundation ng motor and generator. Ito na yung steps before motor and generator. So nagmula sa energy conversion, magnets and magnetism, and then electromagnetic induction. So sa magnets, ang tulong natin is yung mga magnetic field. So dito, due to that magnetic fields, nakapag-produce na tayo ng electricity, specifically ng voltage or ng ating electromotive force, yung ating EMF.
So they can able to attract other pieces.
So electromagnetic induction, it is the production of voltage when magnetic flux changes. So kailangan pag-produce, makapag-induce ng voltage, kailangan merong magnetic flux changes. So walang changes, walang voltage. No change, no voltage.
So once
phenomenon by which an EMF is induced in a circuit when the magnetic flux linking with it changes is called electromagnetic induction. So EMF, electromagnetic induction, is the process of generating an EMF or yung ating electromotive force, and consequently an electric current in a conductor by changing the magnetic environment around it. So this phenomenon is the fundamental operating principle behind most of the world's electricity generation, including generators, motors, and transformers. Ito na yung last step para makapagbuo tayo ng motors, generators, and transformers. So from energy conversion natin, motors, electrical to mechanical, generator, mechanical to electrical, So, mula doon, sa gitna ng process na yun, andun yung magnets and magnetism. So, kung meron ng magnets and magnetism doon, andun na rin yung ating electromagnetic induction. So Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, so Michael Faraday discovered in 1831 that magnetism pala can create electricity. So imagine discovering electricity, wala pa silang Google. So naisip niya na using magnets pala, so nauna pa lang na isa pang magnets. So magnets can create electricity. So generally, the two splits work into two laws. So meron tayong two laws of electromagnetic induction as per Michael Faraday. So first law yung qualitative and the second law is yung quantitative. So ibig sabihin nun, so yung Faraday's first law states that an EMF or yung electromotive force is induced in a conductor whenever the magnetic flux linking that conductor changes. So whenever magnetic flux linking a conductor changes, an EMF is induced. So pag nag-move ka pala ng magnet, So pag binilisan mo yung movement ng magnet, makakapag-produce ka ng electricity. Pag meron kang magre-refill and then meron kang coil. So pag in-stop mo, i-stop din yung or yan. So ito yung experimental observation nila. So meron kayo ditong coil of wire. Ito yung ating coil of wire na to. Coil of wire, may magnets, coil of wire, meron galvanometer. Galvanometer, nag-measure ng electricity rin. So dito, first image, so meron kang magnet na stationary, walang movement, hindi gumagalaw yung magnets, meron kang coil. So walang reading, walang reading ng any electricity. So once ginalaw mo, nagkaroon ng movement, ginalaw mo yung magnet, papasok dun sa ating coil of wire, may coil of wire dyan, nagkaroon ng reading. So kung meron pala ng movement, din pala ng movement ng isang magnet at isang coil of wire para magkaroon ng electricity. So yung magnet, nagkaroon ng EMF. Pag nireverse mo yung motion, nireverse yung current, pero meron pa rin EMF. Pag mo motion, no EMF. So electricity actually reacts to change. So kung change yung movement, yung magnet and coil, nakakapag-produce ng electricity. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So ito naman ang how much voltage is induced. So gaano kadami. Sabi nga dito kanina, first law is qualitative. So qualitative, paano siya na buo? And yung quantitative naman, gaano kalaki yung magnitude na yan. Yung first law, sabi nga dito, is induced in conductor whenever the magnetic flux linking that conductor changes. So yun yung qualitative first law. Pag merong changes kay magnetic flux, nagkakaroon ka ng EMF. Yun yung qualitative. Quantitative naman is gaano kadami, how much voltage is induced. So the deflection in the galvanometer needle shows that an EMF is induced in the coil. So this condition occurs only when flux linking with the circuit changes, either the magnet or coil is in motion. So the direction of the induced EMF in the coil depends upon the direction of the magnet. However, the magnet and the coil are kept stationary. No matter how much flux is linking with the coil, there is no deflection in the galvanometer needle. So ito ay first law. Sa first law, sabi, basta meron kang changes, movement doon sa iyong magnet or doon sa iyong coil, nagkakaroon ka ng induced EMF. Basta meron kang change. Pero kay second law, para kay second law, sabi nga doon, nandun is quantitative, it states that the magnitude of the induced electromotive force in the coil is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux leakages. So ito na yung sasagutin ng tanong na how much voltage is induced. Again, Faraday's first law, yung qualitative kung paano nabubuo ang induced EMF pag meron kang changes sa magnetic flux linkages. So meron kang change, may movement, yung iyong magnet and yung iyong coil of wire. First law. Ang second law po is gaano kadami. Gaano kadaming induced EMF ang napuproduce. So if the magnetic flux through a coil of N turns changes from initial value to a final value flux over a time period T. So total change in flux linkages. So total change of flux linkages. Ang flux linkages po is yung turns at saka yung ating flux. So yun yung buong term, flux linkages. Flux linkages po, number of turns at saka yung ating magnetic flux na combine. So change yung magnetic flux linkages, yung number of turns hindi naman nagbago, pero yung magnetic flux nagbago over time. So times ito yung ating flux 2 minus flux 1.
Yung ating isa na dito is, since ang ating north is malapit.
So, rate of change. Yung rate of change is
So yung ating
same lang naman, ano? And yung ating magnetic flux over the time t. So, the induced EMF is given by ito yung formula natin for induced EMF. So, ito na yung na-produce, kung gaano kadami yung na-produce na voltage in regards with number of turns and changes in number of flux. Ano? So, parang kang change ng number of flux. So, induced EMF is equal to M. So, yung final number of flux subtracted by the initial number of flux over time. So, ito na yung how much voltage is induced. Ano, yung ating E dito, yung ating induced EMF, yung ating N, number of turns, yung P natin, yung flux, and yung T, time. So, kay induced EMF pala, sa pagbilis ng pagbabago, paglaki ng bago, paglaki ng change, ito yun, yung ating flux 2 minus flux 1, so higher the voltage. So paglaki ng pagbabago ng ating flux, paglaki ng ating induced EMF. Pagdami ng turns, more turns, pagdami ng coil of turns, paglaki din ng ating induced EMF. Okay? So induced EMF is the electrical potential difference generated across a conductor or coil due to a change in the magnetic flux linking that conductor. So, induced EMF is voltage created with a battery. So, ito ay electrical potential difference generated across a conductor or coil due to a change in the magnetic flux. So, electrical potential difference for induced EMF, it is due to change in the magnetic flux. So, din pala, merong change din, merong movement yung ating magnet and yung ating coil of wire. So, measuring voltage dito is volts, which is equivalent din kay 1 joule per coulomb. So, yung voltage na napoproduce, na-induce sa magnetic circuit is same lang din naman siya dun sa electrical circuit na voltage, ano, na same unit, volts, and yung 1 volt na yun is 1 joule per coulomb. So, Lorentz force and the right-hand rule. So, when a charged particle moves inside a magnetic field, it experiences a force perpendicular to both motion and field. So, this force pushes electrons sideways. Yung force na ito, tinutulak niya yung electron sideways, charges niya nag-accumulate. So, voltage appears, ano? So, that voltage is your induced EMF. So, the direction of this force is not in the direction of motion, nor in the direction of the field, but perpendicular. Perpendicular to both motion and direction of the field. So, the magnitude of the magnetic force exerted on the particle is calculated using the following equation. So, yung force exerted on the particle is QVB sin theta. Yung force dito is in Newton, yung Q natin, yung charge natin, which is in Coulomb. V, yung ating velocity, and yung ating beta na magnetic flux density. So, the implication of this expression include the force is perpendicular to the velocity of the charge and the magnetic field. So, the magnitude of the force where is the angle of 180 degrees between the velocity and the magnetic field. This simplifies that the magnetic force on a stationary charge or a charge moving parallel to magnetic field is zero. So, ibig sabihin nun. So, yung force, kung yung force mo is parallel dun sa iyong magnetic field, so wala kang mapuproduce na voltage. This implies that the magnetic force on a stationary charge or charge moving parallel to magnetic field is 0. So the right hand rule gives the direction of the force. The force relationship above is in the form of a
So,
vector
since basic pa naman
product.
yung formula, so dapat daw ang ating
So Fleming's left and right hand rule. So para lang this rule does not
and therefore, yung ating
compute voltage, they only answer one question ano. So saang direction. So you will only use this Fleming's rule only for direction. So the interaction between electricity and magnetism manifests into two distinct but related physical phenomena. So to determine the direction of the vectors involved in this interaction, so British engineer John Ambrose Fleming introduced two mnemonic rules in the late 19th century, the left hand and the right hand rule. So these rules are strictly a tool for direction. So you can determine the direction using this rule. So either force or current based on two known vectors, but they do not calculate magnitude. So Fleming's left hand rule. So ito na yung for motors. So this rule applies when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field creating a force. So this is the operating principle of electric motors. So natin yung motors natin, electrical to mechanical. So yung electrical side, yung current plus magnetic field, yung puproduce nun is force or motion. Ayun yung ating mechanical energy, mechanical movement. So current plus magnetic field, yun yung electrical side. Puproduce nun is force, which is yung ating motion. So sample nga natin yung electric fan, yung blenders, and yung mga washing machine. Right hand rule naman, right hand rule is for generator. So this rule applies when a conductor is mechanically moved through a magnetic field inducing a current. So ito yung operating principle ng ating electric generators. So right hand is for generators. So motion, dito naman, motion, movement plus magnetic field, makakaproduce ka ng current. So yung mechanical side, ayun yung motion, nandun yung magnetic field. Ang produce mo ay electrical energy. So dynamically versus statically induced EMF. So according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, an electromotive force EMF is generated whenever the magnetic flux linking a coil changes. So bakit sir meron ng statically and dynamically? Di ba sabi nyo kanina, need merong change, need merong movement ng ating conductor at saka ng ating magnetic field. So bakit meron ng statically? Di ba statically nga is no movement. Dynamically, ayun yung merong movement. So this induction is classified into two distinct categories. So categorize yung induced EMF, either dynamically induced EMF or statically induced EMF. So they are based on how the change in flux is achieved. So physical motion or a changing magnetic field. So unahin na natin ang dynamically induced EMF. So dynamics means may galaw. So dynamics meron movement. So this type of EMF is generated when there is actual physical. So ito merong actual physical relative motion between the magnetic field and the conductor. So dito meron yung movement, yung conductor and yung magnetic field. And so maalin, either yung magnetic field ang gagalawin mo, steady sa conductor, makapag-induce ka ng EMF. May movement ka ng conductor, steady sa magnetic field, may induced EMF ka. Gagalawin parehas, meron kang induced EMF. So the conductor physically moves through the magnetic field, or the magnetic field moves past the conductor in such a way that the conductor cuts the magnetic lines of force. So the direction of this EMF is determined by Fleming's right hand rule. So, the magnitude of the dynamically induced EMF, okay, kung gaano kalakas yung EMF na may induce sa dynamically induced EMF depends on the strength of the field, the length of the conductor, and the speed of motion. So, kung gaano kahaba, length of the conductor, so kung gaano kahaba yung iyong conductor, nakadepende dun yung induced EMF na pag-produce. Also, the strength of the magnetic field. So, kung malakas yung magnetic field mo, malakas yung may-induce mo na EMF. Kung mahina yung magnetic field mo, mahina yung mag-produce na EMF. Also, the speed of the motion. So, kung mabagal yung movement mo, meron pa rin may induce mahina na. So, kung bibilisan mo yung movement nila, so mas malaki yung voltage na ma-i-induce natin. So, induced or produced. So, nababaliktad ka minsan. So, pares lang yun. Napuproduce, yun yung lumalabas. Pero sa, in terms na electromagnetic induction nga siya, induction, induced na. So, same lang yung produce or induced. So, for a straight conductor of length L moving with velocity v and a magnetic field of flux density v, we have the formula na induced EMF is equal to beta L V sine theta. So, yung inating induced EMF in volts, yung ating B, magnetic flux density, so in Tesla or Weber per meter squared, nadaan naman natin yan sa magnets, active length of the conductor in the field. So, length in meters yung conductor, V, velocity of the conductor, or yung ating magnetic field, malin, since sila naman parehas yung meron magnet. Theta, the angle between the direction of motion and the magnetic field. Okay, problem 1. So, calculate. Problem 1, dating gawi, answers, chat your answers in the chat box for your recitation. So, present daw si Lebiste.
0.2 meter. Okay tayo doon.
So, pagkasagot, answer, chat your answers in the chat box for your recitation. Wala pa, may sagot. Direct sabihan. walang mga ballpen at notebook. Sagot ng problem, may sagot na, chat your answers sa chat box natin. Recitation, 10% ng inyong grades. Unahan na, alam mo gagawin. Tayo dyan, wala ka mag-prelims.
R squared, tama ba? So, pi r squared.
Okay, so ang nahanap natin dito, EMF induced in the coil. Ay given tayo number of turns and yung ating flux. Meron ding time na binigay. Meron tayong formula, induced EMF, E is equal to N minus over time. Sir, paano kung nagkaroon ng dalawang magnetic flux? Magnetic flux dyan, E is lang naman yung binigay na given. 2 milliwebers lang ang binigay. Sabi po dito, if this flux is reversed in 4 milliseconds. Ibig sabihin, yung flux na yun, pumunta doon, and bumalik So, dalawa. So, for gawin natin ito, E is equal to number of turns, 500. So, we have 2 milliwebers, 0.002 minus, since bumalik yun, negative na yung kanyang negative value na siya, since nag-reverse siya ng value niya, 2 milliwebers, bumalik siya, negative 2 milliwebers na siya. Over, ang time daw is 4 milliseconds, or 0.004. So, answer dito, E is equal to, ito yung 0.002, naging minus negative 0.002, wala lang yan, E is 500 volts. So, induced EMF, meron kang coil of 500 turns, link yung 500 turns na yan with a flux of 2 milliwebers na nag-reverse, balik yung 2 milliwebers na yun in 4 milliseconds. Ang induced EMF is 500 volts. Okay? Next, try problem 2 na.
We're in. So, meron tayong
try nyo muna, solve. Tapos, pag may sagot na kayo, chat nyo lang sa chat box. So, nire-record ka naman nila. This ako yan. Chat data for your presentation. Okay, problem 2, try, and then, pag may sagot na, chat box lang.
hindi na din makakapaglaro. Times 10 is a negative 3.
Okay, 500 volts, diba?
Divided by ano makuha natin sa
So, hinahanap average EMF induced in the coil. May number of turns, may binigay na reluctance, ano, meron current. Meron ba tayong formula na merong reluctance? Wala naman, ano. So, try mo natin yung formula ng induced EMF na merong number of turns since merong given number of turns. Meron tayong formula dito, E is equal to N, yung ating change in flux over time. So, pareho lang yan no kanina.
Alam mo kayo mag-shift store.
Yan ano, para masanay kayo na meron ding may ganyan turn. So, meron bang number of turns? Meron. Meron bang change in flux? Wala. Walang change in flux, pero meron binigay na reluctance. So, paano natin kukunin si reluctance?
So, R natin ay equal naman sa square natin ng ating A natin na nakuha, which is
Meron tayong formula ng reluctance.
divided by ng ating
Meron tayong P flux is equal to Ni over R. Meron tayo niya, formula ng reluctance, kung natalandaan ng magnets and magnetism.
A pala, alpha, divided by pi.
So, kunin natin si flux. Meron tayong number of turns, 250.
Meron tayo makuha sa lahat.
May current daw na 2 amperes and sinabi dito na mayroong reluctance na 100,000. So, yung ating flux pala dito, kahit hindi binigay, may reluctance lang yung binigay, ang value is 0.005.
Or,
So, again, yung current na 2 amperes na coil, ni-reverse in 5 milliseconds. So, ganun din, ano, same nung sa kanina. So, yung 0.005 Weber na yun, pumasok and then lumabas din ulit, ano. So, E is equal to number of turns, 250,
Same tayo nakuha sa dot.
times yung change na 0.005 minus negative 0.05 over time in 5 milliseconds daw. So, convert into seconds. Lalabas dito, E is equal to 500 volts. Okay. Question so far kay dynamically induced EMF.
Nagets ba? Chicken?
Okay. So, next topic tayo is statically induced EMF. So, sabi ko sir, kailangan merong movement. Ano? Merong changes dapat. May movement si conductor and magnetic flux para makapag-induce tayo ng EMF. So, bakit merong statically induced EMF? Eh, hindi sila gumagalaw. Statically nga sila. Ano? So, yan yung sunod natin. Ano? Pero let's have a 10-minute break muna. Ano? Be back at 2:05. Motor break, merienda break, CR break. Ano? Be back at 2:05. Okay po.
Ano po, hindi po yan yung palabas tuloy. From north to south.
So next natin is statically induced EMF. So kay statically induced EMF, this type of EMF is generated without any physical motion of the components. So bakit nga sir? Sabi nyo nga kanina kailangan merong movement. Kung merong movement, makakapag-produce tayo ng EMF kasi meron tayong change in magnetic flux. This type of EMF is generated without any physical motion of the components. So both the conductor or yung coil and the magnetic field source are stationary.
So pwede natin siya consider as yung para
So the magnetic flux linking the coil changes not because of motion. Ano? So nothing moves, walang gumagalaw, yet voltage still appears. So this is statically induced EMF. So electricity generated nang walang movement, maalid si conductor coil and si magnetic field. So this is typically achieved by passing an alternating current through the electromagnet that produces the field. The direction is determined by Lenz's law. Polarity opposes the change in current. So dito, no physical motion, coil and magnetic source are stationary. EMF occurs because magnetic flux changes with time and not position. Again, the dynamically induced EMF need merong movement. Kaya nagkakaroon ng change of flux kasi merong movement. So, ay statically induced EMF, nagkakaroon siya ng EMF kasi merong magnetic flux change with time. Okay, over the time, nagbabago yung value ng magnetic flux. So, meron pa rin changes kay magnetic flux, hindi lang siya cause ng any movement.
Next tayo.
So, magnetic flux changes with time, not position.
So, pwede natin lang yung ating L. Kasi lubasan pa natin yung gamitin si L.
So, statically induced EMF is further subdivided into two. So, kanina, di ba, yung ating electromagnetic induction, yung induced EMF, hinati natin sa dalawa. Hinati natin sa dalawa, meron tayong dynamically and statically induced EMF. Ngayon naman, si statically induced EMF, hinati uli sa dalawa. Meron tayong self-induced EMF and mutually induced EMF. Kay self-induced EMF, when the changing current induces a voltage in the same coil. So yun yung ating inductors. Mutually induced EMF, when the changing current in one coil induces a voltage in a nearby coil. So ito usually yung concept ng transformers. So kay self-induced EMF, yung sa ating mga inductors, dapat inductor. So when the changing current into some voltage, so binago mo, nag-change ka ng current, dumadaloy sa inductor na to, so nagkakaroon na EMF itong ating coil na ito So kay mutually induced EMF naman, meron kang dalawang coil. So ito po ang component ng isang transformer. Meron siyang primary coil and secondary coil. So kay transformer po, pag nag-supply ka, nag-change ka ng current kay primary coil, nababago yung induced EMF ni secondary coil. So ito po yung foundation ng transformers. When transformers natin, nagbabago ng voltage. So either from 17 kilovolts papunta to 20 kilovolts and vice versa. Higher voltage to lower voltage or lower voltage to higher voltage. Kasi nga po, kaya mong baguhin yung induced EMF or yung voltage na produce by changing the current sa isang side. So, self-induced EMF. So when current changes in a coil, its own magnetic field changes. And the changing field induces EMF in the same coil. So by self-induced EMF, pag yung current mo tinaasan mo, rising current, yung back EMF causes the rise. So pag binabaan mo naman yung current, EMF tries to keep current flowing. So si EMF, pinipigilan niya yung pagbabago ng current na dumadaloy sa kanya. So kung natatandaan niyo po, nasa circuits 1 po yun ng inductance. Ang inductance, pinipigilan niya ang biglaang pagtaas ng current na dumadaloy sa circuit. Sa inductance naman, pinipigilan niya na bumaba yung current. Pag bigla mong hinaan, pinatay yung current. So, ganun po kay EMF. Self-induced EMF, self-induction occurs when a changing current in a coil induces an EMF in that Same coil. As current in a coil rises, tinaas mo yung current, it creates an expanding magnetic field that cuts through the coil's own turns. So the induced back EMF opposes the rise in current. Tinasa ng current, pipigilan ni EMF. Pag bumaba yung current, si EMF naman, hindi siya bigla-bigla bababa din ano. So it tries to keep current flowing. So si EMF po ayaw niya ng change ano, ayaw ng biglaang pagbabago. So self-induced EMF, the magnitude of the self-induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of current and the inductance of the coil. So we have here this formula. E negative L di over dt. So dito, yung induced EMF na to, pag malaki ng iyong inductance, paglaki ng iyong EMF. Paglaki ng rate of change of your current, paglaki din ng induced EMF. So bakit mayroong negative sign dito? Yung negative sign na yun is only a mathematical representation nung pag-oppose ng ating induced EMF. Diba sabi nga kami na si EMF, pinipigilan niya yung biglaang pagtaas or pagbaba ng current. So ito is ay representation lang na ino-oppose ng EMF yung changes kay current. So bigger inductance, paglakas ng opposition or ng back EMF. So faster current change, bigger EMF. So self-inductance, para lang siyang isang inertia ano. Diba yung inertia natin sa engineering mechanics? So mass resist motion ano. So yung mass ng isang object, pinipigilan niyo yung kanyang movement, yung kanyang motion, ayun yung ating inertia. So parang kay magnetic circuit, si inductance is electrical inertia ano. So inductance resist change in current. Pinipigilan niya yung pagbabago kay current. So its ability to store energy in a magnetic field and oppose changes in current. So inductance relates the total magnetic flux linkages to the current producing them. So we have this formula na inductance is equal to number of turns times flux over current. So inductance relates the total magnetic flux linkages. Pag tininig niyo po yung term na magnetic flux linkages, ayun na yung combination ng turns at saka ng ating flux. Okay? So for a long solenoid coil, inductance is determined by its physical construction. So mahaba yung solenoid coil, nakakapit na yung material, yung physical construction ng inyong coil. Kaya nandito na, papasok na yung mu o mu r. So permeability ng iyong material, number of turns, and yung length over the current. So pwede nyo pasimplihin to. So isa na lang asaulihin nyo. Asaulihin nyo yung formula ng reluctance. Pag sinauli nyo yung formula ng reluctance, mula this formula, ito na lang yung kakabisaduhin. Ano? So inductance pala is equal to n squared over reluctance. So yun na lang yung tatandaan nyo. Kasi yung formula ng reluctance, nadaanan natin yung sa magnet sa magnetism, ito yung kakalabasan dyan. Ano? Makakancel na yun. Ito na lang ang need nyo kabisaduhin, n squared over r. Pag merong long solenoid coil. So, ito naman yun, nagdadaan na natin ito, magnetism. So, sabi ko nga kanina, ito yung next step na. So, from magnets to magnetism to electromagnetic induction. So, yung mga nadaanan natin sa magnets and magnetism, kumbaga next step lang ito. Andito na yung induced EMF. Meron na tayong induced EMF mula kay magnets and magnetism. Mutually induced EMF.
Permeability. So for air, or any
So mutually induced EMF is the electromotive force generated in a coil. So secondary. Due to a changing current in the neighboring coil, this phenomenon is the operating principle behind transformers and serves as the mechanism for transferring electrical energy between two magnetically coupled circuits without any physical electrical connection. So yung self-induction was a coil induced sa sarili niya. So mutual induction naman, it is yung coil nakaka-epekto dun sa induced EMF ng isang coil. So EMF induced in one coil caused by changing current in a neighboring coil. So andito yung ating primary coil. Andito si secondary coil natin. Binago mo yung current mo kay primary coil, si induced EMF ni coil to ang magkakaroon ng magbabago ng change. So yun yung ating mutually induced EMF. So ito yung founding principle po ng transformer. So ano lang siya? Electromagnetic na chismisan. Kaya naapektuhan yung isa.
For any non-magnetic regions, meron tayo 4, 5 times
So when current in the primary coil changes, its magnetic field changes. Some of the flux links with the secondary coil and EMF is induced. Again, when current in the primary coil changes, yung current natin, primary coil, binago mo, hindi tinaasan o binawasan, its magnetic field changes. Yung magnetic field nito,